Hello everyone, you're watching Fact vs Fiction with Archis and Muhammad. And today we are back on the JNU row once again, and this misinformation campaign and the issue at JNU shows no sign of stopping at all. So yet again we see posts related to JNU, for example, a bunch of pictures of student protests, and you can see placards, anti-RSS placards in the hands of these students. And these photos have been shared by a Twitter user called India with RSS with a caption, "What is the relationship between fee hike and RSS? What is the relationship of Red Fort with fee hike? Why the statue of Vivekananda was disgraced?" Actually, it has nothing to do with fee hike. It was a politically motivated campaign against a particular ideology. So people are calling out JNU students as being politically motivated, left-leaning, who wants to destroy the right ideology. Muhammad, these pictures are clearly, like of student protesters. They look young and they have these placards on their hands. So
Right.
what's the truth about these pictures?
Sure. So we may want to remind our users that this particular protest that's happening this year in the vicinity of Jawaharlal Nehru University, it primarily stems from a fee hike. But 3 years ago, in 2016, we saw a lot of protests in JNU as well, where it actually emanated from the killing of Rohith Vemula and clashes between the various students' unions and the authorities. So this protest is exactly from there. So the student in the picture with the red kurta, her name is Satarupa Chakraborty. We were able to determine this when we performed some reverse image searches, and it led us to the page of which she is the president. She belongs to a student union called the Students Federation of India, and she's the head of their JNU unit. So we really reached out to Chakraborty, and she told us that these pictures are most likely from January 30, 2016, which is 3 years before this incident happened. And it is to protest the death of Rohith Vemula. She says that these particular pictures are between Ambedkar Bhavan and the RSS office, and most likely these pictures that our viewers can see on their screen were clicked outside the RSS office. Again, various angles of the same protest. And she also told us that because of the ABVP's notorious intervention in his death, and also due to BJP leaders, they were actually carrying out a protest. So yes, they were targeting a particular ideology, but it's not from 2019.
So these students were from JNU, but it's an unrelated protest
Right.
from 3 years ago, and it has no link to the current protests. And since then there have been innumerable number of protests all across the country, and it's very easy to take a picture from one of those protests, show these placards as recent, and kind of mislead people into thinking something that isn't true. So if you see more posts like this that are going around, please do flag it and report it as fake, or you can send it over to us on our WhatsApp helpline if you're kind of doubtful about the claim, so we can have a check on that as well. That's all for this episode. Catch you tomorrow.